Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm going to do another classic rock reaction. This is called the Lemon Song, and it's by British rock band Led Zeppelin. Let's get it. Still in Florida. Howlin' Wolf, baby. The blues breaks me down. Damn. Listen to that bass. And then the break. Yo, hold up, man. Wow. All right. This is Howlin' Wolf's Killing Floor. But, god damn. You take this song, basic blues song, right? And then you crank up the intensity 100-fold, and then you get this. I always get this state of overwhelm when I listen to these blues songs as being covered by Led Zeppelin, and this is no exception. I mean, from what my mind in the past has been conditioned to, now hearing the same song being covered like this is and it's a punch in the face, Incredible. I'm only halfway through and I'm just blown. I got too much to say. Let's just keep going. I like it, by the way, if you can't tell.
Can't be satisfied. Trying to worry me, baby, but I never get you in myself. People worry, baby. Can't keep you satisfied.
It's got a vocal solo
Let me tell you, baby.
and a bass.
You ain't nothing but a stupid, no good jail.
The bass is killing
I
me.
went to sleep last night. I worked as hard as I can. I bring home my money. You take my money, give it to another man. I should have quit you, baby. Oh, such a long time ago.
I should have quit you, baby, a long time ago.
I wouldn't be here with all my troubles.
Listen to that bass.
Down on this killing floor. Sleep me, baby, till the juice runs down my leg. Sleep me, baby, till the juice runs down my leg. The way you squeeze my lemon, I'm gonna fall right out of bed.
God damn. These guys playing such unison.
Hey, 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 baby, 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 baby.
Listen to that dual. Call and response, right? That back and forth between the singer and the guitar. Listen to the bass, man.
Putting my children down on this killing floor.
Incredible. That was incredible. That was masterful and incredible, man. Yo, let's pause for a second. This song has everything that you could possibly want in a blues song, in a rock and roll song. Where it comes to the blues, it covers everything. It's got that classic riff. It's got the theme of that devil woman doing a good man wrong and how he just can't break away from her because she's just too infectious. And in this particular case, she is squeezing his lemon real hard. Man, it's also got that wonderful medley of the rhythm section between the bass and the drums. On par, this song probably has one of the best rhythm riffs I have ever heard, man. And the bass, I can't say enough about the bass in this song. But I'm not sleeping on the guitars either. The guitar was fantastic, and that duel between him and the singer, the I think it's call and response. It's called. Oh man, it's got every single thing that you could possibly want in a rock and roll blues song. And you know, Howlin' Wolf, Howlin' Wolf in his original song, I remember as a kid, I remember laughing at a part where he was singing, you know, I think I'm gonna leave your ass here and just go to Mexico. And I always found that to be funny as a kid. It's not in this version, but that's okay. I mean, you can't include everything. But, yo, man, I understand now why you guys were bashing me upside the head constantly to react to this song. This song is one of 3 of the most requested Led Zeppelin songs. And even though I had mentioned that my plan was to start from the beginning and just work from one track to another, it didn't matter because the request and the demand for it was just outstanding. It was people were literally screaming at me to react to it. So, so finally, I'm breaking down, and what I'm gonna do is those very, very seriously requested tunes that just can't wait for whatever reason. I'll skip a little bit, respond to those, and then I'll bookmark where I left off. I'm still on the first album. I'm still, where am I now? I'm just getting to I Can't Quit You, Babe. So I still got a little ways to go, but yeah, that's what I'll do from now on. It won't hurt me too much to skip a little bit. You know, I mean, I'm gonna do that with some of the live reactions too, right? So it doesn't hurt to do that. So I'm just gonna bookmark where I left off and then carry on from there. So I'm still not missing anything. And I'm still gonna go through the whole album and get the experience of the whole album. Because I know with a lot of these supergroups, mainly Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd, it's intended that you listen to the whole album to get the experience. And I don't want to deny myself that. But I will, you know, with the demand being so great, I will skip a little bit, but I'm going to go right back to where I was. So that's how I'm going to approach things going forward. There is just... between you guys bashing me on the head and then my friends constantly bashing me on the head, yeah, there was just too much pressure. So I had to cave and skip a little bit. So that's why I'm reacting to this early. But anyways, man, I'm glad I did, because another throwback to my youth and to when I was listening to my dad's old blues tracks and stuff like that. You know, speaking about the blues and my childhood, the very, very first blues song that registered to me in my young mind that I really paid attention to and absorbed and started to embrace is a song called Manish Boy by Muddy Waters. It's the very first song that I really took in as a blues. In my mind, I said, this is a great blues track. I really like it, and I embraced it. I've heard blues tracks before, but it was the first one that really made me take it in. So I will describe it as being my first, right?
I passed 21. I would believe me, baby. I have lots of fun. I'm a man. I spell him a child in that relevant name. Nobby, oh child. Why not your bone lovers, man. I'm a man. I'm a rolling stone. I'm a man. I'm a hoochie coochie man.
And so then from there, somewhere along the way, the Howlin' Wolf tracks kind of got into my head as well. And so I listened to some of these passages in the vocals, and they're all bits and pieces being taken from different sources and then being sourced together to make a masterful piece of work. This literally almost word for word is all blues songs from a genre of different places coming together. Masterful work. So these guys, man, in their young 20 whatever, had to have been, I don't know, serious listeners of the blues to the point where they just know so much of it that they could gather sources. I'm guesstimating that they gathered music from like 10 different sources just to make this song, just to give you an idea, because I'm recognizing patterns and things, verbiage, everything, man. What can I say about the musicianship? On point, doesn't give it justice. But before I get into the musicianship, I'll just say thanks again. I can't give a shout out to anyone in particular, man, because there was just too many. It's in the hundreds, if not now probably thousands of people who have requested this particular song. There's 3 songs in that genre and category. I'm not going to tell you what the other 2 are. I'm going to let you guess. But this was one of the 3 most requested. And it got to the point where analytically, as I was looking at analytics, this song would be requested. There was a point in time where this song was requested 10 times in an hour over a stretch of 4 weeks, right? So that gives you an idea of just how much. And the same with the other 2 songs that are most requested. That's how often. And a lot of the times the request came multiple times from the same person. So, yeah, man, so I had to cave a little bit. But anyway, let me just break off from that and just give you guys a little background information here, man. I just want to do a little quick read here. Where's my Wikipedia page? It's doing something strange. It's flipping around. I'm getting pop-ups for some reason today. Okay. Wikipedia. Led Zeppelin, Lemon Song. Okay, so Led Zeppelin were an English rock band formed in London in 1968. The group consisted of guitarist Jimmy Page, singer Robert Plant, bassist and keyboardist John Paul Jones, and drummer John Bonham. The band's heavy guitar-driven sound has led them to be cited as one of the progenitors of heavy metal. Their style drew from a wide variety of influences, including blues, psychedelia, and folk music. After changing their name from the New Yardbirds, Led Zeppelin signed a deal with Atlantic Records that afforded them considerable artistic freedom. Although the group were initially unpopular with critics, they achieved significant commercial success. Led Zeppelin are widely considered one of the most successful, innovative, and influential rock groups in history. They are one of the best-selling music artists in the history of audio recording. Various sources estimate the group's record sales at 200 to 300 million units worldwide. With RIAA certified sales of 115.5 million units, they are the second best-selling band in the US. They were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1995. The museum's biography of the band states that they were as influential during the 1970s as the Beatles were during the 1960s. That's a magnificent accomplishment, man. Formation of the song. So the Lemon Song is featured on their 1969 album Led Zeppelin II. It was recorded in Los Angeles when the band were on their second concert tour of North America. Lyrical and musical content. The song was inspired by Howlin' Wolf's Killing Floor, which was a song Led Zeppelin briefly incorporated into their live set list during their first concert tour of the United States. For the second and third North American tours, the song evolved into the Lemon Song, with Plant often improvising lyrics on stage. The opening lyrics to both songs are identical. Other lyrics, notably, quote, "Squeeze my lemon till the juice runs down my leg," can be traced to Robert Johnson's Traveling Riverside Blues. It is likely that Johnson borrowed this himself from a song recorded earlier the same year called "She Squeezed My Lemon" by Arthur McKay. The song also references Albert King's Crosscut Saw. This contains a lot of sexual references. "Squeeze My Lemon" being the most prominent. Some people were offended, but Zeppelin fans didn't have a problem with it. Plant often made up lyrics when he sang this live, usually making them even more sexually suggestive. Hey man, no apologies offered whatsoever. Led Zeppelin fans, true Led Zeppelin fans, would also be fans of blues. And in the blues, sometimes it can be a little bit crass, but that's part of its charm. No apologies offered. The blues is not for the faint at heart, right? Led Zeppelin fans are also true blues fans. You can't have one without the other. I know that, I understand that, I get that. No apologies offered, right? Now, so I'm just gonna go quickly down to the notes I left. Sometimes what I do is I do these sources and then I leave notes for myself when I go back to it, and I actually do the reaction a week or two later. I've forgotten, so my notes just kind of bring me back to where I was. Oh yeah, so I've already covered one of my notes in that what I intend to do from now on going forward. When a demand for a song is very, very high, instead of having you wait for months until I get to it, I will respond to it, and then I'll go back to where I left off. You know, just bookmark where I left off and just, excuse me, and just go back to it. You know, it won't do any harm and it won't interrupt the flow of my edification with Led Zeppelin and getting oriented and getting familiar with their content. So there won't be any harm in doing that. And I got a cave because, you know, between you guys and then between my friends just bashing me over the head constantly, I'm going to have to make allowances for that. So, but no problem with that at all. So that was my first note. Yeah, you know, my second note was basically just addressing how the blues is so well incorporated in Led Zeppelin work so far, the stuff that I've seen. And the words, the phrases, the catchphrases, a lot of them are so familiar to me. Even the part with the lemon representing his appendage, you know. So the wrestler, The Rock, uses the word strudel to reference his appendage, okay? Robert Plant uses a lemon to reference his. I don't know. Whatever. But I am very familiar with a lot of these passages and phrases, and they all come back to me, and sometimes I can go back to exactly where I heard it, when I heard it, even sometimes how old I was. So it's really awesome kind of rediscovering this sort of thing. And I listen to some of these tunes, it just triggers a memory that I didn't know that I really had in a way as a memory. It just all of a sudden takes me back, and I remember where I was, what I was doing, I remember, so it's really, really cool, this trip that I'm on with Led Zeppelin, because it's almost like a throwback to my youth. So I'm enjoying this journey and kind of uncovering it. Not just about the blues tunes. There's other songs that they're doing that's just fantastic. I just finished a reaction to No Quarter, their live version coming from The Song Remains the Same. And I enjoy that body of work just as much as I do their blues tracks. The blues tracks is a little bit more on a personal quest of discovery, but at the same time along the way, I'm enjoying a lot of all the other things that Led Zeppelin is offering. And I still have to get my butt in gear and do some more research and uncover their acoustic stuff, because I heard that they've covered a lot of really good acoustics and folk and things of that sort, even bridging into a little bit of the classical element. So I'm really, really intrigued to look into that further. And my final note was to just thank everybody for, being patient as I work my way through the Led Zeppelin rabbit hole, and also for recommending this tune to me. And it's really, really nice. One thing that I'm going to do at this point is a buddy of mine, Terry, he was saying that if I am going to do a reaction to the Lemon song, that he would like me to add a little clip, and I believe the little clip is from the Fillmore West concert. And he said that the whole body of the song is not worth listening to, only because it's a television studio production and the quality is horrible. But the opening guitar riff is what's really notable. And if I'm going to do a Lemon song reaction, definitely do that and expose everybody to that particular riff. So, okay, Terry, we'll do that, man. Let's do a quick little 2-minute intro. Live, the Lemon song at Fillmore. Let's get it. I like how he sings along. Oh man. All four of them just jamming at the same time. So good. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, I see what you mean. That's an excellent jam. It's an excellent intro. to an already spectacular song. Yeah, it's too bad that we couldn't include the rest of it. I guess supposedly the quality, the television studio quality is really horrible. So I'll take your word for it, man. But thanks for that. Okay, live at Fillmore West. So back to this song, man. I love everything about this song. It's got every single thing in it that I like, and I am so looking forward to doing a little bit more discovering of what they've covered blues-wise, but also just to get further into the rabbit hole and see their range. A lot of you said their acoustics is wonderful. They cover folk very good, and I've got some recommendations that I'm definitely going to do. A little bit of skipping ahead, but not too much. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. So I've got some more Led Zeppelin stuff definitely that I'm going to be reacting to very, very soon. So you won't be waiting too long, man. But thanks very much for all of the recommendations, and thanks very much for joining me, and I'll definitely see you in another Led Zeppelin reaction very soon. Peace.